Hey, this is Willow at Two Toe Farm, and I'm going to walk you through some ways to extend your growth season as well as show you my January garden haul. Stay tuned to see how many pounds of produce I bring in. It's mid-January and temps are actually going to drop into the teens today, so I'm heading out to go pick the last of some of my more cold hardy things. So I'm starting out by getting the last bit of rutabaga and daikon radish out of this long garden bed. I made sure to bring plenty of baskets and buckets out to fill. There are a few ways I extended my grow season, including some fall sowing, row covers, and cold frames. Someday I hope to have a greenhouse, but more on that later. One of the easiest ways to expand your garden season is to plant some stuff in the fall. Some of the more hardy crops include broccoli, kohlrabi, cabbage, most salad greens, mustard greens, spinach, radishes, and even cilantro can be planted in late August here in Zone 6B. This year I planted mache, which is corn salad, kohlrabi, arugula, peas, some kale, and cabbage. I was able to get most of everything except cabbage, but I am still picking and it's mid-January. If you're not sure what you can plant, you can count back from your first frost date and leave a little bit of wiggle room because there's always some risk involved in late season harvests. While I'm not getting peas, I am picking some pea sprouts, which are just the tips and the shoots that taste just the same. As I'm harvesting, the temps have dropped significantly and my hands are freezing, and it always amazes me how the ducks always find their way into the pond. Even at these really cold temperatures, it doesn't seem to bother them. And of course, they hang around for some spare greens. Row covers are another really easy way to protect cold hardy plants from freeze damage. I'm not going to get into that too much because there's a lot of information out there, but I like to use the white woven covers because they work for insects, sun, and frost protection. Make sure you have some sort of support to keep the cloth elevated above the plants to maximize protection. I used tomato cages this year because I don't have the metal hoops yet, but I'll probably get them next year. I also use layers of straw and leaves to further insulate the plants. And old blankets and sheets work too, but they get heavy when wet, and you kind of have to take them off every day. Cold frames are another option and can be either temporary or permanent. I used old windows I found in the basement to build a temporary makeshift cold frame over some salad, cilantro, and spinach. You can check out the link on Instagram for posts and details on that project. Make sure you have a way to prop up the windows so that on warm, sunny days, you don't cook your plants. Cold frames also work really well to harden off spring starts before you plant them in the ground. Okay, so let's take a look at what I got. I got about 7 ounces of salad greens. I got 2 pounds and 9 ounces of arugula, 3 pounds of kohlrabi, 11 ounces of chard, 9 pounds of rutabaga, 2 pounds of kale, 4.5 pounds of collards, and a whopping 6.5 pounds of daikon to add to my already massive harvest. I was also able to pick one last bunch of calendula. For more videos on urban homesteading and gardening, please click subscribe and feel free to leave some comments or suggestions for future videos.